Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of CannaList Conversation. Today we are joined by Lars Müller of SynBiotic, a German company that's been in the news. What have you guys been doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having me, Mike.
So you guys have raised some money, made some acquisitions. Can you tell us a little bit about what your strategy is going forward?
Yeah, so with SynBiotic, I'm building Europe's biggest group of companies for the whole topic cannabinoids. Yeah, so we have a buy and build strategy. We have three verticals: R&D, production, and direct-to-consumer medical brands. And for each vertical, I'm searching for the best of the best in Europe and try to get them on board here at SynBiotic. Or if we don't find a good player in Europe, we are able to build own companies with own teams and own strategies.
And once they're in the portfolio, what type of support and what can they benefit from being part of the family?
Wow, that's a huge question. We have now 12 companies in our group. We have two R&D companies, one from Ireland, one from Canada. So we have a lot of very interesting R&D capabilities there. We have now several companies, so 5 companies on the supply chain part, so a small CBD production company, wholesalers, etc. Yeah, so we can get everything what you want from the market. Yeah, CBD, THC, everything. And of course, several brands and companies on the direct-to-consumer medical side. So we can import everything, we can build everything, brands, companies. So that's the big vision, and that's the strategy behind SynBiotic, to build a kind of an ecosystem, where we can do everything that is based on cannabinoids and terpenes to build better products for the big modern world diseases like sleep, pain, stress, anxiety, all those big central nervous system problems.
And you're also looking beyond the plant, right? So you're looking at synthetics as well, is that correct?
Yeah, synthetics is not our focus. So for me, the plant is not in the first place. So it's not super important to look direct. So to be honest, so for when we think about recreational cannabis, of course, cannabis is the core plant, but there are several other plants out there that are containing cannabinoids and terpenes, like hops, cacao, licorice, passion flower, echinacea, to name 5. My focus is on cannabinoids and terpenes and not on a single plant. So that's why we are thinking way beyond cannabis and hemp. But of course, our focus at the moment is mainly hemp and cannabis. But for example, we just launched a world first Cbd Replacement Extract with the name CB+. It's a plant extract mixture out of hops extracts, cacao extracts, echinacea extract, passion flower, and another one. And to build cool products for our customers.
And what's the advantage of looking at these other plants? What does that give you?
So we have this funny thing called novel food here in Europe. So CBD extracts are not really legal or regulated in food. So CBD is okay for cosmetics, but in Europe we still have this problem with CBD. And of course, we will get into the same problem with all the other cannabinoids. So there's no real alternative or another extract we can use in our products. So that's why we created this CBD alternative or CBD replacement extract with the name CB+, not just for Europe, but also for other countries worldwide, because there are countries like Turkey, Japan, China, big countries, and they're not allowed to use hemp. So they're not able to use CBD. So or THC. Of course you can produce it chemically or via synthesis way, but CB+ is a plant-based alternative for CBD for those countries or other ones worldwide.
And how has the recent activities in Germany, particularly the announcement that they're going to legalize adult use, how has that changed your strategies, if any?
So as I already told you, SynBiotic is very well positioned for everything that will come in the future. Yeah, so we are already importing medical cannabis, so flowers, extracts, tinctures from different countries in the world to Germany and sell it to pharmacies and to doctors. Yeah, and um, when we're now able to sell it to normal stores, yeah, it's kind of the same way, but much easier for us. Of course, we have to think about and focus a little bit more on the supply chain part. That's something I'm focusing on in 2022, yeah, to maybe bring in one more big player into the SynBiotic world that is very well positioned in the cannabis supply chain part, yeah, because when we have the legalization here in Germany, it will be a race for the best strains, the best products, the volume would be crazy, yeah, and it's not that easy to get the volume now in Germany for the medical part, yeah. So everything is cool. SynBiotic is ready, yeah, and now we have to wait and to yeah, plan and to see how things will evolve in the next months. Yeah, how are we able to sell recreational cannabis in Germany? So there are a lot of question marks and a lot of to-dos. And yeah, exciting times.
Is there any sense of timing? I mean, is this something that will happen in 2022, or is this something that will take 2 or 3 years to implement? What are you hearing?
If you ask 10 people, you get 10 different answers. So there are two parts. So there's one part that says, okay, we will get it in 2022. That would be crazy, yeah, to get it in end of 2022. But to be honest, I think it will happen in 2023, 2024-ish, kind of this two years. But everything between 1 and 3 years is totally fine. So we have a lot of time to prepare, and we have to, because we have so much to do. So yeah, we have to find ways to sell. We need a new quality standard for flowers and THC product. At the moment, it's just GMP pharma. Yeah, so we have to define so many different things. Yeah, and I don't know if 1 year is enough.
And what is your sense of, what does the market look like? Well, you said there's going to be this rush of people that are going to, now be interested in the German market. So do you anticipate there'll be a lot of outside players trying to enter the German market?
Yeah, outside players and outside players in combination with German players, so joint ventures, etc. I think we will see the same as you saw in 2017 with the 3 licenses for importing and producing of medical cannabis. So it was not able, to get licenses as a German company. So it was Canadian and German joint ventures. Yeah, so it depends heavily on how the license setup will look like, for this kind of cannabis stores, and of course the quality level, the new quality standard for THC products. So but there will be a lot of pressure, a lot of people, a lot of money will flow into different companies next year, because everyone wants a part of the pie or piece of the pie, the recreational cannabis pie.
And you guys, so far, if I'm not misunderstanding, you guys have raised 13 million. Is that about right?
Yeah, so we had 2 small capital increases. Yeah, as a stock listed company, we are not able to sell as much shares as we want. So we had a smaller one last year in December, was 6.35 million, and we had another small round a few weeks ago, 1.5 months ago, with exactly 7 million. And we are of course planning to raise more capital to get everything ready for the recreational rush. But we do it step by step, and as we need, because we as a stock listed company, we have 2 currencies. We have euros, of course, and we have our stock. And with all the legalization news, cannabis is now getting more and more attractive. Our share price doubled Yeah, when the news came out that we will see recreational cannabis here in Germany. Now it's consolidating at 50% plus than a few weeks ago. So, and we get a lot of liquidity. So we have now a very nice liquid share, and we have money to buy new companies and to get everything on track.
And do you think that now that Germany has gone down this path, that some of the other EU countries will start to move and follow suit?
Yeah, if we do our homework correctly here in Germany and get everything solved, I'm 100% sure that rest of the EU will follow. Yeah, so I can imagine that Switzerland, they're not part of the EU, but that Switzerland and UK will be kind of next. Yeah, but in my personal opinion, all the other European countries, they're looking to Germany and say, okay, we wait how they will solve the problems, and then we will maybe or hopefully copy them. Yeah, but this would be the second wave. Yeah, so the first wave is the German legalization, and the second is then Europe. Yeah, and when Europe opens, that's crazy. Yeah, there are more people here in Europe than in Canada and US. Yeah, so that would be super interesting.
And with everything moving so fast, how do you manage that? How do you manage that growth?
Yeah, a really good question. It's that's the beauty behind SynBiotic. So we are not one company with a very big management team and hundreds of employees. So we are a group of companies. Yeah, so we have now 12 companies now, a group with separate CEOs and management teams. Every company has his expertise in one field. Yeah, so CBD and importing and THC. And so we have a group of very fast or speedboats, and we are not one big slow ship. Yeah, so that's the beauty behind this buy and build strategy, this group of company we are building, and that's very big advantage if I compare SynBiotic to competitors here from Germany or Europe.
So are you the rocket internet of cannabis?
Maybe.
There are worse things to be, right?
Yeah. But I'm building the groundwork, the fundamentals to build everything, new brands, cannabis stores, everything we need, because we have the single companies, but we have a lot of group work at the moment. Yeah, and that's super powerful. Yeah, so we are discussing now with 8 CEOs, and so many intelligent heads how we will solve the legalize it challenge within the next years, how we can build market leaders, products and stores. Yeah, so that's the beauty behind SynBiotic, the group.
So what's your biggest challenge then these days?
Yeah, so personally I think that the challenge will be this big unknown and the question marks and the to-dos. So but it's just a matter of time. So hopefully the politicians will let us help them to build the perfect rules. So I hope they will not say, okay, that's the rule and never talk to us, because we have this kind of Verbände here in Germany where all the competitors were sitting together and say, okay, please let us do this together, to build something great, because we know the industry. And that's one thing, but time will solve this problem. And another one is, I think we need to make this quality standard clear for products and then solve the supply chain part. So importing the products. Can we import products from US or not? Can we import products from the EU? Do we need GMP quality or just food grade quality or something in between? So who is able to get the licenses? How many licenses per company? So there's so much to do, but this will all hopefully get solved within next year. So there are no real roadblocks. It's just go, go, go.
And because this is a relatively new industry, are you able to find talent? Do you have the people that can execute?
Yeah, so we have no problem finding really good talents, because we have this group of companies. So we have now so many different really good teams with their own HR parts in the company. So when SynBiotic will be bigger next year, we will start to help the companies make kind of shared services, to have a SynBiotic HR department, that helps every company to find the best talents, but with all the PR, all the stuff we are doing, like videos and interviews, we are now well known in the German and of course in the Europe, in the European industry. So we are attracting, I'm getting several mails per day from very talented guys and girls who want to work for SynBiotic because the vision is cool. What we are doing is cool, and we are on the right track. Timing is perfect. So I think we will not have the problem finding the right talent.
And are you seeing anyone else in the landscape that's trying to do this build and buy approach like you are?
Not really. So we have one group here in Germany, that is has a group in the company name, but there's no real buy and build platform or group approach. I don't know if there's. So I know Kronos Group from I think this is a Canadian company as well. So, but I don't think they have a real aggressive buy and build strategy like SynBiotic. So I don't know any competitor. So there's SynBiotic. We are consolidating the European market, to build the biggest group. I think we are the biggest group right now in terms of companies. I think there are a few players out there that are a little bit bigger in terms of revenue, but we will catch up within next year. That's our plan.
And so your primary focus is Europe, and then from there it's Asia, or where would you go after Europe?
So I think SynBiotic. So I think we have so much to do with Europe. So CBD hopefully will get will get not legalized, but well structured. So then we can easily sell CBD food products. That will be a really big boom as well. Then we have this cannabis movement on the medical side and on the recreational side. So we have so much to do within the next 5 to 10 years only with Europe. And SynBiotic, so we are focusing on Europe. So I think that's the main target. Of course, super interesting to look into countries like Thailand, etc. But I think we didn't just started yet here for Europe. So.
And what do you think? You're seeing products come into the market that are questionable, things like Delta-8, and products that are being offered in non-pharmaceutical locations or non-pharmacies. How do you deal with that, and how does the industry counter that?
For Germany?
Yeah, because we're seeing some products come in, and I think they're being available at like Rossmann or something like that, right?
Yeah, so I didn't see a product with Delta-8 in Rossmann, because it's a THC product, and I know Delta-8 is not regulated in a good way. So I think that's super. That's one of the most important things that we get is how can we sell THC products in Germany rule straight? So we need tough rules. We need a controlling setup that controls everything and makes safe that anyone who gets the license to sell THC products, that there's no bullshit in the products. So that's why we need this quality standard. I call it in German the Reinheitsgebot, something we have here for the beer as well. So we need something for THC in recreational products.
And how do you work with the politicians to ensure that they don't tax it so that it to death, so that it doesn't end up being non-competing in the market, where if you layer too many layers of taxes on it, then people will go back to the black market.
Yeah, that's another challenge I forgot, the tax thing. So I think that we will find a good solution. So that's why we have already have this working groups like so Branchenverbände here in Germany, like this group of competitors working together with the politicians, say, okay, we need this and that. Yeah. So I think we will get a good solution that we can sell a gram of cannabis something between 8 and 12 euros. Yeah. So that's a street market price as well. Yeah. For a good quality. And there will be tax on it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But there's enough margin left for us. So I think we will find a good solution.
And in addition to the taxes, do you think that they'll try to regulate sort of the potency of it or regulate the THC content?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think maybe they will regulate the amount someone is able to buy. Yeah. So, but I don't know if it's gram or if it's the THC content. That's our to-dos, yeah, for next year, to figure out what's the best way, what the best way is, yeah, to solve this problem.
And how has COVID changed the way you've approached this?
COVID changed nothing for us. So we are, so I'm working remotely since 9 years. SynBiotic is a kind of a remote company. Of course, we have companies in our SynBiotic group with offices in Düsseldorf, etc. Yeah, but COVID, didn't change something.
Did you participate in like the industry conferences or any of the cannabis conferences prior to that?
Prior to COVID, or yeah. So this year I attended the International Cannabis Business Conference. So we try to make everything happen even in COVID times. Yeah, and we do this for next year as well, of course.
Great. Well, we very much appreciate your time today. We know that you're on a tight schedule, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Really exciting stuff, and we look forward to great things in Germany because we hope that will open up the rest of Europe. So, Lars, very much thank you for giving us some of your time. We wish you the best of luck. We'll check back in a couple months, and you can tell us all the great things you've been doing.
Yeah, love it. Thank you, Mike.
Take care.
Bye.